If you freeze at decisions, if you turn a choice over 100 times while everyone around you just picks and moves on, if people call you wishy-washy or tell you to make up your mind already, I want you to consider this. You're not indecisive. You're listening. You're waiting for a signal that the fast deciders have learned to talk over. Somewhere along the way, speed got mistaken for clarity. The person who answers instantly looks decisive, confident, sure. The person who pauses looks weak, uncertain, lost. So you start to feel ashamed of the pause, and you force yourself to decide quickly just to look more capable. But the pause was never the weakness. The pause is where the real decision was always trying to happen. Think of an old radio, the kind with a dial you turn slowly through static, hunting for the one clear station underneath the noise. Turn it too fast, and you blow right past the signal, catching only fragments and hiss. You have to move slowly, patiently, listening for the moment the static gives way to something clean. The dial isn't broken because it takes a careful hand to tune. It's precise, and the clear station was always there, waiting for someone willing to slow down enough to find it. That's what's happening when you can't decide. It isn't that you have no inner answer, it's that you can hear there's a real signal underneath all the noise, the pressure, the other people's opinions, the loud surface reasons, and you refuse to grab a decision before you've actually tuned into it. What looks like indecision is often just a person who won't lie to themselves to move faster. That's not a flaw. That's integrity, working slowly. Let me tell you about someone. I'll call her Elena. Elena had spent her whole life being told she overthought everything. Friends would rattle off their orders at a restaurant while she was still reading. Colleagues made snap calls while she sat with the question. She started to believe something was genuinely wrong with her, that she lacked some decision-making muscle everyone else was born with, so she tried to force it. She started deciding fast, going with the first answer, picking just to be done. And the strange thing was, the fast decisions were the ones she regretted. The job she grabbed because everyone said, grab it. The relationship she stayed in because leaving felt like indecision. What finally changed for Elena wasn't learning to decide faster. It was realizing that her slowness had never been a defect. It was a sensitivity to a quiet inner signal, the one that knew, before her reasoning did, what was actually right for her. She stopped apologizing for the pause and started trusting it. And her decisions, slow as they were, stopped betraying her. There's real science under this. Researchers studying decision-making have documented what they call the somatic marker hypothesis, the finding that the body registers a kind of gut signal, a subtle physical sense of right or wrong, often before the conscious mind has finished reasoning. People who can read those internal signals make better long-term choices than people who rely on pure logic alone. The pause you take isn't wasted time, it's the window your deeper intelligence needs to actually speak. Rush it, and you decide death. So if you've been told you can't make up your mind, here are 3 things I want you to understand about the way you choose. First, clarity needs quiet. A signal can't be heard in a storm of noise, and most bad decisions get made inside the noise. The urgency, the pressure, the panic of other people wanting an answer now. The fact that you need stillness to know your own mind isn't a weakness. It's the precondition for ever knowing it at all. Second, not every choice deserves the same care. Part of what overwhelms you is treating the trivial like the monumental, agonizing over the lunch order with the same intensity as the life decision. The skill isn't to decide everything faster. It's to spend your slowness where it matters and let the small things be small. Save the dial, turning for the stations worth finding. Third, the answer you're listening for is usually already in you. You're not waiting to invent a decision. You're waiting to recognize one. Somewhere underneath the static, the part of you that knows has already chosen, and your only real job is to get quiet enough to hear it confirm what you suspected all along. So stop forcing yourself to be fast, just to look sure. You were never indecisive. You were simply unwilling to mistake the first loud answer for the true one. The psychologist Carl Jung once said, "Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes." The pause you take is you looking inside. That's not hesitation. That's listening. You were never indecisive. You were just tuned to a quieter station than the people rushing past you. So keep turning the dial slowly. The clear signal is worth the wait.